Hey, Tillman, how are you? Good to see you. Mrs. Second Amendment, Texas Massacre. Amanda, good to see you. Can everybody hear me okay? Carmen, good to see you. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? I noticed I've been talking a little loud. People keep saying they can't hear me, and then somebody else said they can, so I was talking louder than I really wanted to be. Hey, Lucky, how are you? Patriots Jim, how are you tonight? I'm great, Carmen. How about you? Hey, hey, hey. Big Ralph, good to see you. Hey, Rhonda, good evening. Good to see you. Six Sensical, how are you? David, good to see you. Kleinman, good to see you. Big Ralph, Big Ralph. Everybody, how are you? Welcome, Axanal Huey. It's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. Wait, is this a pro Trump? It is, Lucky, a pro Trump scope. I am a Trump supporter. You for or against Trump? I am for. Oh, man. Hey, the interview with Judge Janine that just took place. Yeah, I mean, if, well, you don't have to be here, so why don't you run along and find another scope that you like? So, thank you. I wanted to say a couple of things and what I got on. Not so good, have had some treat me badly. Had to block. Sometimes you do, Carmen. You got to block people. I just wanted to no, he's not a womanizer. Please quit believing everything that you hear on the mainstream media and on the left. Anyway, here's what I wanted to come on and say, and then everybody can, say what they want to say. I'm kind of in one of the serious moods right now, so I'll try to lighten the mood in a minute, but I'm in a kind of serious mood. Um, the thing of it is, I watched that interview. As all of you, okay, can you, Joe's? We're not in here to debate. Uh, we go by evidence. We don't go by what you hear or whatever. So anyway, if I could say what I want to say without having to block or whatever. Um, as most of you probably know, because I've talked about this before, in the beginning, I was not a pro-Trump person. I had a very hard time deciding who I was going to vote for, and I was okay. Robert, you can go someplace else and poop someplace else. I really did have days of prayer to decide who I should vote for. I was, hey, Johnny Guzman, good to see you. I was never a Hillary person, never a Democrat, never going to happen. Hey, Philip, good to see you. But I wasn't sure about Trump. I just wasn't. A lot of things sometimes that he would say and kind of a little off color, and I don't know if that's the right word, but just something it kind of rubbed me a little bit wrong, and I wanted to make sure. So I literally prayed about it for several days, and then had a peace about it, and I knew for sure that he was the person that I was absolutely positively 100% behind. After watching the interview tonight, I have never been more impressed with an individual. Hey, Kay, good to see you. Never been more impressed with an individual in my life. Hi, Bill. Um, Thank you, Rhonda. I, I think the man loves America more than anybody else that I've ever seen. And I listened to him talk about what he does and how he spends tonight. It was tonight's interview with Judge Janine. Well, how he spends basically what it seemed to me to be almost like every waking moment for this country. It really to right now to talk about it. It chokes me up. It really does. Yeah, I am. And he's not my God. as some people would want, that's the first thing that people go to. Oh, well, Trump's your God. No, he's a human being. He's not perfect. He never will be. But he is a man hey, Susan, that I know loves my country. And I, I think that, well, let me try to get the trolls out. Um, I think that he does everything that he does for us. I mean, I really do believe that. And and I know that they're trying everything that they possibly can do to bring him down. And to watch him, to know that he loves my country, our country, as much as we do, it was amazing. Good Lord. I swear, the trolls, on Saturday night is like the worst. Um, Bill, and I'll answer just a minute. I kind of want to get a couple things out. I'm not ignoring you on YouTube. But he does. Yeah, I know. Texas. It's Texas Massacre. It's always. The interview with Judge Janine. I think everything, his motivation is for us. He talked about his family as well. She asked him some questions about that. And it made me realize a couple of things that I kind of, that I already knew, but I kind of like reaffirmed it for me. One of the reasons that I started my radio show, one of the reasons I started coming on Periscope, one of the reasons I do other shows that I do, it's for this country. I love my country. And just like you, I saw my country slipping away in the 8 years, wondering, could we ever get this country back? Would it ever be the same? And I don't, my motivation for doing this is to, get the get the word out, to get everybody, it's not that you can't do this yourself, but it's us coming together, being informed about what's going on, and knowing, what we need to do. And there's a lot of work that we need to do, and it's working together. And it grieves me, when I see people who are on, supposedly on our side, that come on Periscope for the wrong reasons. Whether that is fighting, with other groups, whether that is, to get clicks, whether that is just for your own personal self ego or whatever. Um, and it, if we could work together, I've watched people today. I've watched people today that were at events, and I've seen people try to, once again, try to become part of the news, try to get people worked up in a crowd, try to get people saying stuff, or just getting in somebody's face and saying things. Well, okay, the Dems, they are working together. That's the problem. The Democrats are working together. Conservatives are not. But I don't, when you're there just to go and say, oh, look, I'm on Periscope, and you do this and you try to get something going. Maybe that's what they like. Maybe that's, whatever. That's not me. That's not what I want to do. That's not why I'm here doing this. That's not why I do this every single day, And some days I can tell you, I'm sitting here going, is it worth coming on? Does anybody, does it matter? Does it make a difference? And I want to make a difference. And I can't, I thought about that and I thought, am I making a difference? Is it good enough? And I look, I tried to, I know you do, Amanda, and I thank you for that, but I try to compare myself to like what Donald Trump is doing. And there's no comparison. And it's like, yeah, I know it advances fake news, and I get that. But I mean, I want to do more. I want to do more, and I know that you guys want to do more. Because because it matters. Well, I would rather thanks, Jill. I would rather he tweet and talk to me as one human being to another than sitting in this ivory tower that's untouchable. And I'm grateful for the tweets. Do I like every single one of them? Do I agree with every single one of them? No, I don't. But let me just tell you something. It doesn't matter what he tweeted. If he tweeted out, the 10 commandments every day, there'd be a problem with that because somebody would be upset about that. If he tweeted out the word hello every day, there would be something wrong with that too. So, there's always going to be something wrong. Thank you, mighty blessed one. It's honestly, I'm not looking for compliments. I'm not that I hope you don't think that I am. Yes, I am a Trump supporter. And anybody who's in here that you're not a Trump supporter, you don't want to be here, please feel free to go. You don't have to be in here. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. I don't go in your scopes if I'm against whoever you believe in. It's okay. You can come and you can listen and you can leave. But if it's an argument that you want, it's a block. I don't see that's what one of the things my point is. I don't have time for that and you don't have time for that. We don't have time for that as a country, as people in this country who love this country. We don't have time for that. I want to be focused on what I can do every single solitary day that can make this country better. But first and foremost, looking at it with a focus on God and what God wants me to do every day, not what I want to do every day. And I think that, can't let the left run the narrative. The left is running the narrative right now, and that's the problem. And so, thank you, Kate. And so, again, hey Danielle, just in kind of watching that tonight. Thank you, Rhonda. I was so impressed. The Bible is the best book of what altogether. There is no better book than the Bible. So it doesn't matter what book you compare it to. There's no better book than the Bible. But if I know you want to do this too, is that we want to stay focused. I'm tired of the bickering on Periscope. I'm tired of the bickering between everybody. As I told everybody that came into my scopes the other night, we're not talking about other people in the scopes. That's done. That's over. It's just something that it is tiring, and it's done. And if somebody wants to talk about another group in here, and I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, please leave the scope because I don't want to hear it. I don't think you want to hear it. I don't have time for it. You don't have time for it. Our country doesn't have time for it. Rhonda says she wants to get through this with peace and love. It's becoming frustrating to be falsely accused of colluding on a daily basis. Your way is better. Thank you. Yeah. When we talk about and we have those kinds of discussions and the focus is lost off of what the objective is. I think some of the things that we're doing, making points, I think the thing that, no, David, I'm not talking about them, but yeah, we don't have time for that. The Bible is a great book. Yes, it is the great book. Good evening, Andy. How are you? But I think some of the things that we did the other day, while it had a humorous side to it, I think it's going to make a point. I think, meaning what we're sending to the press corps. I think it makes a point. It is our exercising our freedom of speech. So it's something that, is a positive. Can we do more? Yes. And we have to. I mean, look at San Diego right now. San Diego Unified School District. MSM would collapse in a few. Yeah, I know. Your daughter thought that was funny, Amanda. But the school district, they're going to basically be talking about, implementing what Survey Care did. It's starting to be. We're going to give Muslims safe rooms, and they can have prayer there, and we're going to teach Islam in school. To me, and maybe it's just me, that's far more important than anything that we can talk about and which group said this and what group said that. I don't care anymore. I don't care. As I've said before, and I know everybody in this room probably feels the same. Uh, you can do whatever you want and talk about me whatever you want, but when you defame me, we're done. And I mean that. We're going to court. I will see you there. And everybody else, I don't know what you think. I'm thinking you kind of feel the same. Defaming people, talking about them, is not appropriate when you do that publicly and you come out there and do whatever. It's not appropriate. And I'm not having it in my scope. So I'm just kind of telling you. Yes, that's what we all have to do. And I'm moving forward. Hey Beck, how are you? For me, nothing has changed from yesterday. I still the same people that I've blocked are hey Guzman are still blocked. Everything is still the same. People's true colors, I understand their true colors, and I know what I know, and I'm moving on. So hopefully you'll join me so that we can spend our time like President Trump does and doing what we can for this country. And can we spend every waking moment? No, we can't. But I know you may feel the same way I do. We'll do the best that we can. Thank you, Beck. Thank you. And just so all of you know, that package was sent out. I got a notification saying the package was sent out. David, I'm not even talking about that. That is not being talked about in this room. If you think, I think you probably know the answer to that question, David. If I'm not talking about it, I think you know the answer to that question. So that's okay, David. It's okay. It's quite all right. I welcome everybody to my Periscope, and I hope you can, we can all work together and be, hey, Lisa, good to see you. That we can be a group that works together and does good things for this country. And, again, I think what we did the other day and sending a message with a little bit of a sense of humor was a really good first step. So Rhonda and Johnny and everybody else on YouTube, I'm not ignoring you. So you can ask your questions. I'm finished all day and heard the first part of your scope. Too late to participate. That's okay, Kay. I don't know anything about the whole story. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to know anything about the whole story. I mean, we have to have discernment for ourselves, and that's what God gave us discernment for. The many factions are a distraction. Rhonda said we must stay focused on the greater cause to preserve our nation. Absolutely. Eyes on the prize. That's right. Yep. Hey, Frankie. Gosh. I really do wish that Periscope somehow you could automatically get those people out. It's okay, David. I think, David, the best thing that you can do, and I mean this sincerely, you should. If you're Christian, I pray to the Holy Spirit and ask the Holy Spirit for discernment and what I should do, and I think that's a great place to start. That one was moderated by us. I have a huge block list now. Yep, Susan. Good evening, Frankie. Want to do this for your grandchildren? Absolutely, Amanda. And you make a very good point. Yes, I still support Trump. Can we get a prayer going right now? You're free to pray. So on Monday's job taxes, I don't know what that. Can you, Guzman? I mean, you can. I don't want to set up a group with special people in it. I don't like. I don't like doing that. And I don't want. I'm not a person. I don't go into private rooms. I don't go into private scopes. That's okay, David. You got to do what you got to do, but you can't believe everything you hear. Zaya Days or whatever. I don't know why you're in here just asking one question right after the other. I don't know if there's a reason for it legitimately or you're just, just one of those trolls, maybe. So anyway. Okay, Lisa, take care. So anyway, I think there's future things that we can do together. We can get good things going. We could have some things that we exactly if you have to hide and chat privately, why chat? Yeah. Hope McCabe doesn't get the job. I hope so too, David. Ray Kelly was one of the names that during the interview they talked about that he should be the one. Some guy who was, I think he was a former U.S. Attorney General, said that he should be the one that gets the job. Yeah, it's a great guy, and he wanted more of that guy wanted more of a law enforcement person, and Judge Janine was talking about Trey Gowdy, and the guy wasn't too up on the fact that Trey Gowdy was it. He wanted more of the law enforcement person, and he said that Ray Kelly was the guy that that he was one of the greatest ones ever. Yes, Ray Kelly. Okay, take care, current day. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, Beck, if that was true or not. Somebody said it was on YouTube. If usually if you see something on YouTube, you really should question it. Anybody can put anything on YouTube. Yeah, the Benghazi family is let down by Rogers, and that's what Judge Janine said. Yeah, Beck, I look for sources. Are on a phone? Is that a question? Don't trust anyone the FBI recommends. They were saying, too, that when they were having that little discussion between the judge and the former U.S. Attorney General, that Judge that Comey said, I mean, that Comey should have been um, fired after July 5th because that he violated a lot of things on July 5th. Rhonda says, I think YouTube must be a better place tonight. Yeah, Rhonda, there's so many trolls, and they're just being nasty. But that's what they get their kicks out of, and that's why it's a distraction. It's like everything else, Rhonda. So it's a distraction so that you don't get things done. Yeah, I mean, he basically was acting as attorney general on July 5th. McCabe probably is a good man, but he's not good for the job. But I mean, that's a lot of things too. When you see trolls come in, they're either people from that just want to disrupt a Periscope or whatever. How do you feel about Trump's inability to speak basic English? Okay, bye bye. I mean, that is so just beneath you to ask that. Gosh, see, this is. I mean, it's disgusting. Yeah, I know. That's just ridiculous. I just wish, maybe if I found that stuff funny. I mean, I maybe I should find it funny. Ha ha ha. Okay, I just don't find it funny. There's too much going on to find that funny. The country is we have to save the country. We and again, our president is doing a really good job. He's doing the best that he can. And there are no times for jokes, especially when you're talking about a serious subject that people want to come in and start being ridiculous and asking dumb questions. I mean, it's just ridiculous. When we have another scope and we talk about ice cream, okay, that's the time to yuck it up, and have a good time, whatever. I know they're very immature. I was watching the president at Liberty University today giving the commencement speech, and people, the vile, nasty stuff that was being written was just horrible. Yeah, it was awful. They don't have anything to add. I don't even know if they know what's going on. They just, I don't know. They just go from, yeah, it was a very good, awesome speech. Yep, I know. But when people say those really unkind things, it says more about them than what they're saying. Yes, yeah, you wouldn't be able to treat Obama like that at all. Liberty University was a beautiful school in Lynchburg. Yep, don't have to be a lawyer necessarily. Great speech. Wish I had one that was my graduation. Obama's a good man. I don't know about that. I don't know him personally, so I can't say. He was a horrible president. So I don't know what he is as a man, but he was a horrible president. Talking points are spread throughout MSM. Yeah. Yeah, he was the worst ever president. He beat Jimmy Carter out for that role. Hello, hello. Baba Booey, good to see you. Sheriff Clark is an awesome man, but I just don't think that he's high enough level to take that job. That's good. Trump is originally from Queens, and you understand him. That's good. Everybody's being very quiet on YouTube. He was worse than Jimmy Carter. Yeah, I want Trey Gowdy, but I know, Carmen. If that other guy thought Ray Kelly was good, I'd have to really look in more in depth in Ray Kelly. But there were so many things that like President Trump was talking about when he went in and somebody, the woman that was being held in Egypt or whatever. Okay, Frankie, thank you for coming by. He did it. Obama tried 2 years to do it, and he did it in 15 minutes or less. I know. I know. It's hard to believe that somebody was worse than Jimmy Carter. I really thought he would go down in history as the worst president. No, Joe Arpaio. No, Joe's not high enough up there. Satan fights hardest before the breakthrough. That's right, Rhonda. And think about this. This is one of the reasons, too, that I have so much respect for Donald Trump as president. How many people in here, think about it, try to put yourself there. If you were 70 years old and you're up, I swear, I don't know when he sleeps. And he goes all day. It's 70 years old. How do you do that? How do you have that much energy? And he's not going in there working out, lifting weights. Yep. And we do need to keep praying. For President Trump, for the vice president, for everybody in the administration. I really don't care. I don't know how he does it. It has to be God. Yeah, because that's giving him the energy and everything to do what he's doing. What do you think he would do about the Federal Reserve Bank? I don't really know. Doesn't drink, doesn't, yeah. James Wilson was the worst, giving us this banking system. That is true, James. He is Secretariat. The worst thing he does at work is, audit the Fed. He doesn't do any drugs at all. Yeah. It's simple. He's focused on helping, not destroying the country. I mean, literally, you have to, even if you hate his guts, you have to give him credit for that. Obama would come in, 10 o'clock, leave at 4 or 5, So, and look what we got done. Nothing. He's a dedicated businessman. Yep. His staff has no time for hangovers. They got no time for anything but the business. They don't want to see it, Amanda. But you know what, Amanda? You know that times are, in the Bible where things you would think, why wouldn't people see this? Why wouldn't people understand that? But, and you kind of understand now when it says in the Bible, those that have ears will hear and eyes will see. No, I don't think he's going to bow to the Saudis. No. So I think that it just happens. Scales over their eyes. That's right, Janice. And it just happens like that. And you can't describe it. But it's, look at it. If people who are really very progressive, liberal, left, we sit there and wonder how they can think the way they do. And they sit and wonder the same thing about us. Guilfoyle, nah. I don't think we need a new press secretary. We're doing fine with who we have. Discernment, Susan. Discernment. Yep. And basically, we're seeing everything come to fruition right now. We're watching the end times. We're really watching it. And, it's why that we should be reading the Bible, knowing what it says, understanding what is fake, what isn't. I don't think Spicer's a distraction. I really don't. I just think Spicer needs to get a little bit tougher. Yeah, they're listening to the deceiver. Trump is better than FDR, yes. But the Russians, yeah. Yes, we should. Yeah, we have to be prepared. Spicer is genuine. I really think so. Trump is better than Reagan. You know, he might be Baxter. It might end up being that way. And I know tonight he was talking. He still doesn't want an independent investigator. He thinks that the U.S. Attorney General, the FBI, the DOJ, FBI can all do that. It's nice. No, I think Spicer is a good press secretary. He's just got to be a little bit more tough. And he's starting to learn not to answer questions he doesn't know the answer to. And then that was his problem. I think and who can keep up with Donald Trump? Nobody. Well, I mean, we're going to have to do the best we can. We have a president who left us with $20 trillion of debt. He has a mess to clean up. He didn't block the American press. He talked about that tonight. The press knew he was going to be there. See, the one thing that I think everybody who's listening, who doesn't come in here often, is that you need to know that you need to quit listening to the press and believing every single thing that they say. When they say we were blocked and this and that and the other, I think you need to find out if that's true. And we don't know because we're not there. But yeah, I know. Got another block. I'm not getting hearts tonight every time I block. I mean, I should be having like 1,000,000 hearts tonight. I've blocked so many people already because they were just so disgusting in what they were saying. He is an honest man, and I think if he goes in and he does the press briefings for a while, then that's great. Because I'm telling you, he's not going to take their BS. And again, I don't know why the Skype calls stopped. We should still be having Skype calls. In fact, we should have regular people. Yeah, quit watching and listening to the mainstream media. How many Periscope pundits have we heard each and every time tell us what was coming and oh my gosh and da 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 da, and only to find out that none of that happened. None of it none of it ever came to fruition. None of it took place. And again, I've talked about this before. It's okay to say I have an opinion and this is what my opinion is. But when you sit there and you say this is what's going to happen and this is this and da da da, it's like, no, that's your opinion. And if you got facts, let's see the facts. James says, think of the press as a public relations department for the authoritarians. Exactly. Is there a risk on Trump's life? There's always a risk on the president of the United States' life. There was on Obama. Everybody. Don't believe anything from the media. I only believe what Trump tells me. And Baxter, for me, I want, if I can find another source than Trump, I'm going to look for that source. It's very difficult. But I think he's being honest about it. Okay, Carmen, no problem. And I just think that, we need to be a little bit more like not so jumping, impulsive, and believing everybody that we hear. Michael Savage is a great talk show host. A friend of mine just sat in for him on Friday. I guess Michael Savage was out and my friend sat in for him. You heard him? Oh, cool. Yeah, would Trump ever lie to us? Again, he's a human being. I don't know if he would. I'm not going to sit here and say 100% that he wouldn't. The president is a leader, not the Pope. Exactly. What is his weakness? What do you think his weakness is? If he confuses Pence or Comey firing, that is scary. On the Comey firing, that is scary. I don't think he confused Pence on the Comey firing. Again, you got to understand, like he said, people don't keep up with him. They can't keep up with him. Who has no brains, Blue? The guy's probably moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Okay. 1,000 miles an hour. And so Who's going to know exactly what he's doing every single second? Oh, gosh. Okay, I need more hearts from you people because I'm really blocking people tonight. The deal is I'm supposed to get hearts if I block people. Um, yeah. Everybody, Beck. I mean, nobody's perfect. Yeah, I think I don't think he'd even lie about to tell North Korea. I just think he would tell North Korea, I'm not telling you where it's at. Hearts are useless. Well, we Fu can, that's what we do in here. It's just a little thing that we do to be lighthearted. Pence said firing was solely based on recommendation, but Trump says he was always going to do it. So that doesn't mean that one is contrary to the other. It could be both. Uh-oh. I blocked the wrong person. Somebody tell Janice, sorry, I accidentally blocked her. Trump's not going to bomb North Korea. Troll Saturday. I know. I don't tell Janice though if somebody can see her. He does stay 5 steps ahead. He really does. Ugh, gosh. Unbelievable. My left finger is really getting really good use tonight on that scope. I know, Beck. If somebody could tell Janice M, I'm sorry I accidentally blocked her. And I'll unblock her afterwards. The interview was with Judge Janine. Baxter, I don't. 1 minute you're for Trump, and the next minute you're for Hillary, so I don't get it. What's the difference between Trump versus Bernie? Oh my goodness, that would be a scope unto itself. Just keep up. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I know. I know. Okay. Hey, Carmen, I accidentally blocked Janice M. So if you see Janice M, tell her I'll unblock her afterwards. I accidentally blocked her. Okay, yeah, Kentucky. I mean, Susan. I might be. It just depends. Happy Mother's Day for all the ones in here who are moms. So anyway, thank you, thank you. Oh, good Lord. For all of you who are saying that, for the person who just said that a woman can't run the world, come on now. Are you seriously okay with the president not having press briefings? Are you seriously okay with the media asking the same repetitive question again and again and again so that it will foster and promote a left wing progressive agenda? Oh, dear gosh. Ugh. Unbelievable trolls. Don't you guys have anything better to do? Isn't it past your bedtime? Public ice arena in New York City for free. Well, that's good. That's a nice thing to do. Press should be abolished. No, we need the press. Not this press, but we do need a press. It's supposed to help keep us with free speech and I know, boom, back. It's supposed to keep everything above board. Oh, yeah. Okay, Joe. Thanks, Joe. Have a nice night. Good gosh. Think your mom's calling you. Mama never had to answer the question Spicers had to answer. We need press, but press that is neutral. That's right, Mitchell. We need a fair press. We need one that's not in the pocket of the Democrats. I know, Carmen. You just have to sometimes because it gets ridiculous. No, we need the press, Baxter. You got to have the press. I know. Keep pumping those hearts. Oh my gosh. Democrats Democrats are all about the money. I'm a Trump supporter and proud of it. Yep, Danielle. Way to say it. Simon Ma, it's your first day on Periscope. I only want to hear from Trump. Well, that's good. Every press question is a gotcha question because the ratings are high. Do you agree that the notion that all mainstream media is fake news? And if yes, what? You say, why don't you have a scope and you can answer all these questions? You have a ton of questions. What's your opinion on them? Do you have any opinions or just questions? Yeah, all about your money. I appreciate the hearts so much, whoever's giving me the hearts. Probably Beck. I love those. I'm afraid if I say it, I will get blocked. Well, this is this is a scope. Look, we are pro-Trump. This we're not in here to argue. We're not in here to debate. We're trying to have a discussion amongst ourselves. And if people can be respectful and polite, that's one thing. But coming in and saying all this crap about, oh well, you Trump people are delusional, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's because they. And now it's at 41, so it goes up and down. Well, you could be critical. If I see something that I don't like the president doing, I'm going to be critical about it too. Thanks, thanks, Kay. Yeah, I know. I mean, again, if people are in here because they want to be here, that's fine. I'm not here to just click and be popular. I'm here because I have a purpose. Yeah, it's name calling. I don't have any time for. Sorry, I just don't. And I'm not here to have this discussion back and forth, and you say something to me and I say something to you, like that person right there. I mean, come on. Yeah, I know. It just, oh my gosh, unbelievable. Saturday night, nobody's dating. I guess everybody's at home in the basement with mom and dad upstairs, and so they're on Periscope. Come on. No school tomorrow. Yep. Constructive conversation. Yeah. I don't mind opinions as long as it's not disrespectful. I know, Carmen. It's like a good place to come. You can see who to block. The eggs are hatching. Yeah, well, I know, Antonio. What's up with that? Good God. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Vomit Boy. With a name like Vomit Boy. My gosh. Am I Trump? Yeah, I'm Trump. Good God. Unbelievable. Because they're unkind, they have unkind feelings in their heart. Maybe that's why. It says more about the people. Let me in the country. Yeah, there you go. Ah. And then we wonder why our country is in the shape that it's in. If this is what we do, it's okay. But if this is what we do, I mean, come on. Again, if you, it's a waste of time. Trump lies like the media. He's smart. Use the same weapon that they're using. He's not lying. I know. But the thing of it is, David, yeah, maybe what the school has done, but parents also let them do that. All the people Putin killed feel the same way. Okay. Never should have quit paddling kids in schools. Majority of this country voted for Hillary. Yeah. Okay. Oh, God. Anybody would call themselves Vomit Boy. I mean, seriously? Seriously. Putin is a good man. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, what can you say? I know. Exactly. If you're going to call yourself Vomit Boy, sheesh. Yeah, that's the key word tonight, Mitchell. Is educate yourself. Pro life, Antonio. Yeah, that's a lot of people are. Putin killed families in Moscow as they slept to consolidate power. Am I supposed to be shocked? Trump loves patting himself on the back. Just do your job. He's not patting himself on the back. Last tour Republican we had true is McCain, and Bush was our last true good Republican. Oh no, I disagree with that. Common Core is horrible. Common Vomit Boy had to go vomit, so he left the room. He's no longer here, so you don't have to worry about him. My sister is a psychoanalyst. That's good. What does Putin have to do with America? Putin and Trump are buddies. Okay. Strike three. See you later. Unborn children have rights. I feel like I became more stupid in school. Well, I doubt that's true, Mitchell, but if Obama used Twitter like Trump does, you'd be okay with that. Why do I care? Obama probably didn't know how to use Twitter. He was too busy playing golf. You can't do that. Plus, you live in California. Yeah, Mitchell, so do I. Hope they become buddies. Why does anyone want enemies? Everything is liberal. Yeah, I know. It's difficult. Going to disagree with you so you can block me. That's very American First Amendment of you. Okay, do you want to make a point or do you want to just be disrespectful? So you're not being blocked because you're making a point. You're being blocked if you're being disrespectful and name calling and being a jerk. Asher, hey, I'm not getting it. That's terrible, Asher. Are you then don't worry about it. If you're not being disrespectful, don't worry about it. Asher, are you sure that you clicked on the little bell? First Amendment does not apply to private company. I know. Hold up, Trump played golf every weekend, but Obama was too busy. Okay, bye-bye. Obama was too busy being president. Yeah, okay. Sorry, this isn't an Obama scope. It's a Trump one. But anyway, back to what I was trying to say. The other guy was blocked because he kept going over and over and on and on. There's a difference. I am not on Brax because I don't hide in private rooms. I do everything in the open. Yeah. I know Obama was wonderful, wasn't he? No, he's not getting impeached. Bye-bye, people. Can't stand anything Trump. Okay, well then see you later. Yeah, Asher, you have to do that. You have to click on that little bell. Trump was there. Whatever. Trump is the best. See, the thing of it is, yeah, I know. This is why come in this scope when you disagree. If you don't like a scope, don't come in. I just did. Thanks. Good, Asher. This is how we get divided, though, by blocking even the. But see, whatever your name is, MD, this is not a scope. I'm not blocking a. Listen, let me just say this one more time. This is a scope that I invited people that normally come into, and no, I know you didn't know that, but it says clearly on there, let's talk about President Trump. It's my scope. And if you're being rude, you're getting blocked. And if you don't like Trump, go someplace else. Okay, so I'm blocking everybody who's going to be against Trump because, like I said, don't be here if you don't like Trump. It's okay. We don't care. Go someplace else. We won't bother you in your scope, okay? I really don't have time to be, talking to you because you don't like Trump. I don't care. Ugh. Thank you, Bobo. Yeah, start your own scope, Amanda said. Good idea. Like, seriously. That's good, Desert Spider. You want a dialogue? Did I say that I want a dialogue? Did I say that I want a dialogue? I didn't say that. You assume because I put Trump on my Periscope that you should come in and attack people or say things about Trump. Why don't you learn that if it says, we're talking about the blue sky, that you don't come in and talk about the red sky. Nobody cares. We're trying to have a conversation that we want to have, and you want to have a conversation. I'm holding an open forum, but it doesn't mean that you have to come in. If it has a subject that you don't like, don't come in. It's okay. That's okay. And I won't come in your scopes to talk to. If you've got a Hillary scope, I'm not coming in your scope. I'm not. And I'm not going to bother you in your scope. If you want a Hillary scope, peace be with you. Have a great day. Yeah, you've managed to waste my time in the scope. People who are wasting time. I mean, nobody cares. And now we've got the little XXX. No, Sean Spicer doesn't need to retire. I know. But MD, if you want to have that kind of scope, you're free to have whatever scope you want to have. Have your own scope and tell everybody, come on in, we're debating. Asher, my roommate, has been saying all day that Trump is going to prison and he is dead serious. He can't tell me why. The charges would be only he's taking money from the Russians. Yeah, Asher, and he has absolutely no proof, he or she. It's my right, Mario. It's my periscope. There's no free speech in somebody's scope. Sorry. Yeah, you. Oh, God. I know. See, what happens is that people, they just say the words free speech and they think it involves everything. I know it infuriates you, Asher. I know. Thank you, MD. That's right. You say what you want, I block you. I want. Yeah, and you are just dismissed. Hey, Robert, good to see you. There's no such thing as free speech in a periscope. That's when it involves the government. Yeah, there's no proof. And when there is proof, then come back and talk to me. But don't when people start making up stuff. Oh, they're going to this and they're doing that. Then, if you don't have proof, it means zero. About your people's insurance? What is the people's insurance? Of course I would, MD. I'm not protecting anybody. There's been no proof. I talk, I speak with facts, I back stuff up with facts. Yeah, well, that's good. Free speech for them and not for you. Exactly, Asher. The American People's Insurance. Well, we don't. I don't know what you're afraid of. The whole makeup. I mean, if it did, I want him out. If not, proof. I just want to show proof. That's right. There's no proof he's a narcissist. Doesn't go. Yeah, whatever. Oh my gosh. See that's just rudeness. Yeah, I know. No, bites on backs, bikes or whatever had to leave. See, don't come into my scope and with the language, with the attitude and stuff like that. I'm sorry. Maybe you go into other people's periscopes and they don't care. Okay, lunchbox, but then don't start saying there is proof when the investigation hasn't even started. See, it works both ways. Do the goyim know? I have no idea what that means. What do you think about Jewish people who hate American interests and try to control us? Wow. Now it looks like the trolls are coming to YouTube too. Isn't it great? I'm sure Mother's Day would be a hoot. No, the proof isn't in the proof. There is no proof. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Yep. Again, I've never. It's like immature people, just immature people. I know. Hey, how are you? Ugh, okay. How are you? Yeah, maybe. Thank you, Jay Ventures. Ask me what I think about Americans that hate this country and want to bring it down. Okay, Asher. Hey, Marie, how are you? Yeah, I do, Carmen. I'm just great. How are you? I know, David. That's just the part. What do you think of Marxism? Where did you come from, Nick? And there's so many new people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think he's going to be going soon. I think it was the end of the month. Orange Mon, what do you think about the Israel Palestine conflict? Hey, Nicole. Unbelievable. Israel needs to be strong. Yep. Yeah. Boy, it's just amazing how everything got flooded with trolls, huh? Pretty interesting. Even YouTube. What a coincidence. Unbelievable. Yep. Because that's what they've been fed by the mainstream media and the liberal left. That's why. Internet is the realm of trolls. Yes, it is a Trump supporting room. I have no idea, MD. You might have to ask them. Yeah, it would be nice if we could see some civility. Good for you, Bear. Yeah, isn't it, Nick? Are you one of them? They hear a constant stream of lies and they believe them. Yeah, dog pounder. How come I think you might be being sarcastic? See, trolls, there's a thing called block. And there you go. Trump was amazing today. Mark Dice says, is Mother's Day offensive to those non traditional families? Probably. Trolls don't have anything better to do. I guess the basement's being cleaned. Well, Nick, you might want to come back another day. This is supposed to be Saturday Fun Day, not. Believe that a leader of a country should be truthful, honest, and have good morals. What do you think, Larry? Yeah, he was on Judge Janine. Yeah, I know exactly. So, did you guys come here for the Bible study that's about to begin? Did you bring your Bibles with you? We're going to talk God now. So, yes, the Bible is awesome. Libs are godless. The meek shall inherit the earth, and you. How about you shall know them by their fruits and the way that they're acting? How about that? Well, whatever you said earlier must have stirred these people up. Yeah, Asher. God protect our president. Have a good day, Bobo. Harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. Yes. Yep, Baxter, that's true. Matthew, protect the unborn. Yes. What's everybody's favorite Bible verse? Long live POTUS. Greater is he who is in the world than he who's in the world. President Trump needs our support. Crush the liberals. Roman is your favorite book of the Bible. Support our law and government. John 3, you mean 3:14 or do you mean 3:16? Do you criticize the speck in your brother's eye when you don't see the log in your own? Or do not? Romans 8:28. Yes. Jeremiah 33:3. Also like Colossians. Yes. Psalm 143. I like the last line. Destroy my enemies and all those who afflict my soul. If people had an ounce of integrity, they would have respect, but they only care about themselves as they have been raised in an environment when they feel they are entitled, Marie said. Liberals speaking the misery equally, spreading the misery equally. Well, don't just ban, you can't just ban people. Jim, I can just ban anybody. It's my scope. I can do whatever I want. There you go. We have people coming in. Evil has taken over YouTube. People coming in and talking disrespectfully, very disrespectfully about the Bible. Maybe MD, I don't know what you're going to ask. Philippians 4:13. I know, Asher, huh? You can always, we're separating the wheat from the tares. Exactly, Lincoln. You wouldn't know it by the people who came in here and disrupted and tried to be rude. Would you rather fly or be invisible? I don't even have a desire to answer that question. Romans chapter 2, verse 1. How do we move this country forward? Not like an example of what we've seen tonight, that's for sure. Not by people coming in and being disrespectful and saying horrendous things and not a lot, Asher. You should see on the other one. No, I don't want to, but thanks. Anyway, do you know no Muslim can be a Muslim unless he believes in Jesus? Untrue. I'm confused how one reconciles the word of Christ with an adulterate and vulgarian like the executive. Okay, you're out tonight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes, Robert. It's just you can't even begin to understand the vileness that has been in here. Yeah, I think he was trolling. Thanks, Robert. Are you Muslim? Yeah, I know. Thanks, Robert. You have to give me hearts for that though. Asher said need popcorn for this. Thank you. Yep, First Timothy. Yeah, we started separating the wheat from the tares, Robert, when the tares started taking off. Ted, you're really starting to be annoying. Well, thank you. Periscope's a double-edged sword. It's like your email, a few new ones, and a lot of spam. Yep. How often do you stream? Why are you coming back to troll? Or are you asking because you really want to participate in something good? Trump says nice things about others. He's a kind man. Trump is awesome. For the troll, you did great. Thanks, Amanda. Thank you, Robert. Okie dokie. More blocks. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of those nights when I put Trump on there and everybody came in and just wanted to destroy Trump and then tell me what I could do and not do in my own Periscope and you know things like that. Robert, just little things, annoying little things like that, but they meant to be annoying. That's all. Yep. My I usually do politics and news, but not at night. Psalms 1488 really speaks to you. We should let them turn more than two terms. Trump, control freak. Yep, whatever. Trump is awesome. Trump rocks. Speaking of trolling, Donald Trump had the best troll tweet of the year, agreeing with Rosie on the Comey firing. He is the goat. Press on. As long as you're pro Trump, I'm good. I don't even mind if people aren't pro Trump. It's just that you don't have to be vile, disgusting, rude, disrespectful, whatever. If they want to come in and say, "Gosh, I really like," well, I mean, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not going to kick somebody out for doing that. What I kick people out for is being rude. Trolls are all of that. I know. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, his keep things civil. Trump's tweet to Rosie was great. Snowflakes act like they're loving, but they're evil. World War III is coming. Okay. That's the majority, unfortunately. I know. Marie, never have I seen the level of disrespect that I've seen the last few days. Just when you think it can't get worse, evil creeps out again. I know, Marie. It's not going to go away. I'm not against Trump supporters at all. You talking about me? I'm for Trump supporters. Remember, the good will always outweigh the bad, and the good wins in the end. Wonder what did people do with their free time before internet trolling? Probably Playboy magazine or something like that, James. I don't know. That'd be my guess. But it's funny. It every time we talk about God, it clears a room. It isn't that right, Carmen? It really clears a room, yeah, and you can really tell what's going to happen. I think it's hilarious. See, here we go. Ah, unbelievable. Yeah, there we go again. See, they trolled the streets complaint. That is not a platform. Yeah, you can always tell. It's like when you start talking about God, it's like the evil that's in the room just woo, they can't take it. It's talking about God, so they can't take it. And you know what? It's good. It's good that evil is brought, the darkness is brought to light. It's really good. So it's like you can't hide. You can't hide in the swine. You have to come out into the light. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the only God. That's who I'm talking about. And if you don't have that belief in God, that's okay. But you can go to another room. This is a scope about that. People can't handle talking about God. No, they can't. Yep. True and living God. That's right. It's a shame. I mean, the respect has just gone out the window for the most part. Oh, gosh. Thank you. That's okay. You don't have to vote for Trump. Nobody cares. It's all right. Okay. You're just, I'm telling you. Sorry about that. Yeah, you need a cup of something on this boy, I tell you. It has come to this because we are in the last days. It is going to get worse. I was trying to. Can you hear me now? I was trying to block a troll, and I hit too many times, and it turned it around. Yeah, I don't know why it's delayed. I think I almost stopped it. I think that's why. Greetings from Liverpool. Is it delayed for everybody else, or are you okay? Come back in. Come back in. Let me see. Hopefully that's not going to take. How is that? Is it okay now? Okay. Good. Okay, perfect. Good in Arizona. All right. Perfect. Yes, it's every scope that basically, like I said, I don't mind discussion. This isn't a debate scope. I know some scopes they like to go in there and have conflict and they're back and forth. I don't do that. I why? Why am I arguing with you? It wastes my time. You can go and argue in a scope where you really want to argue. That's not this scope, and it's not what this group is about. Whatever, it's not our regular group right now. Maybe that's the problem. But again, people just they want to argue. I don't get it. I don't get it. More action, less argument. Do something. If you want to argue and you have that kind of energy, go for it. Higher the number of trolls falling out. I know. You should have seen YouTube. They were coming in and they were speaking just about the Jews in a really derogatory manner, and then they went on to talk about women in a derogatory manner. I mean, it's disgusting. It's separating the wheat and the tares. It really is. And I think whenever that happens, why do atheists argue about God not being real, but they are still arguing? I have no idea. I know it's a shame. But I think that it works every time when you talk about God. People just scatter. It's like turning on the light and watching the roaches run. It really is. And again, because we are in the end times, we are going to see so much more of that, so much more hatred, so much more rudeness, disrespect. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Yeah, they manifest. Yep. And see, they leave. You see that? I mean, we talk about God, and the numbers like woo, just go right on down because they don't want God. They want the conflict. They want the chaos. Yeah, but Amanda, I get it, but you know what? It's like I'm not. I don't want to hide. If people want to come in, then I'm going to talk about God, and that's even good. It's even better. I could talk about God all day. And so we, let them hear God because they'll run. And you know what? Maybe one or two of them, there'll be seeds planted, and that's okay. And then they can run. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm tired of all that. Atheists aren't the ones killing each other, shaking your head. Okay, well, see ya. Ah, Lord. I'm in the book of Exodus, second book of Moses. That true they will God is always by. Yeah, I mean, again, and yes, he did, but he had to go. He had to he just up and left. So, so yeah, when you see somebody like that generalizing, I mean, that was such a broad statement he made about implying that Christians were killing people, but atheists weren't. Really? You can tell me that people are in prison right now. There's not one single atheist in there that on death row. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're dumbed down or just being dumb. Just for the heck of it. But it's interesting. I love this. The numbers are just fall, fall, fall. So again, I'm not here for numbers. I'm here. I think we've made probably a lot of good points tonight. You can see the truth came out tonight. Um, and it's great. Yeah, I mean it's great to watch the truth be revealed, and it was revealed, and that's positive, and we got to talk about God, so that's positive. So, and we've been on more than an hour anyway, so what the heck. And I wasn't even going to come on tonight, but whatever. But anyway, you guys, thank you for being on. Thank you for putting up with the trolls. It's good to see everybody in here, the ones that are respectful and everything. I'm so glad. Thank you, Big J Security. Thanks for following me. I'm on every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Shalom, Big J. And 11 a.m. Eastern every day on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Thank you. Good night and have a good one. You too, Amanda. Thanks, everybody. You're great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it does make us stronger, Robert. It really does. Really, we really need to. Thank you. Bless you, Robert. Thank you. Queen Ladybug Star. Night, night. Thanks for the God follower. Thanks for the bold God follower. Yeah, you're welcome. Um, thank you, guys. I really do appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day to all your moms in here, and good to see you. Thank you for your respect, the ones who showed it. God bless all of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. All right, everybody. Great comedy act earlier. Oh my gosh, Asher. I just let everybody go on YouTube, but I'll tell you something. You should have seen how nasty, and I mean nasty, that Periscope got. And YouTube started to get like that too. And people coming in totally disrespectful, telling me what I could and couldn't do in my own Periscope, and just trying to turn it into something horrendous. And then when I started talking about God, they all started to flee. So it was kind of like that brought out all the evil, and they just fled. I mean, they literally just fled. But I thank you guys for coming in YouTube, the ones that are here on a regular basis, the ones that you're such a blessing. You're very respectful, and you're here for a purpose like the rest of us. And I'm so thankful for you and so appreciative that you come on. Thank you, Asher. My puppies and my horse will appreciate that. So you guys have a great night. Thank you, Marie. Thank you. You're amazing too. I really do appreciate you guys. And next time I'm going to have my Bible sitting right here. We'll be doing Bible verses. Take someone special to Waffle House tomorrow. I don't even know. I don't think we have Waffle Houses out here, James. On the West Coast, we don't have Waffle Houses that I know of. I think that's an East Coast thing. Maybe Southern. That's it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe I'll stay off Periscope tomorrow. Tomorrow, and Mother's Day on Periscope may just be horrible. If it was anything like tonight, when everybody came up out of their mom and dad's basement to come get on Periscope and YouTube, I'll trade you for an In-N-Out burger. Uh huh. It's not INN though. It's just IN. But you put them too close together. That's all. Have a great Sunday. Good night, Marie. You know why, James? In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger's all about. We can have those anytime. Anytime. Happy Mother's Day to everybody on YouTube. Thank you again for coming in. Asher, thanks for joining us. James, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you guys hopefully soon. Take care. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.